Evening everybody, Rich here, back for another Transport Fever video this time. Time for another train journey around our map here. It's a different map to the previous ones, and I've not done this for a while. I thought I'd do it now because I'm bored and there's nothing on the telly, so yeah, we'll do a journey around this small map. I'm going to start at Stroud, and we'll end up at Stroud again. So our train is just pulling in here. It's a anti-clockwise train, or a counter-clockwise train, train number 7. We'll hit to ride with that, and then we'll go for a quick ride. Shouldn't take no more than about 20 minutes, I don't think, because it's only a small map. So we just let the train unload, and then we shall hop on board. And I hope you can hear me okay, because the game is a bit loud. But like I said, we'll do Stroud. I think there's only 6 stops at most. Maybe a couple of extra stops due to freight movements, but that should be okay. And of course, got a freight train coming in now. So there we go, off to Folkestone. They'd improve that whistle as well, but never mind. So it's quite loud in this town. You've got the buses and trucks moving around, and they're quite loud. But like I say, it shouldn't be too long. And also got a bit of lag as well, which really doesn't help. We shall leave noisy Stroud and head off to Folkestone. Moved off the freight line there. That's a freight line down that way. So now we're moving into the very bleak wilderness of Transport Fever now. A very open area, not much to look at. Because using an A2 Pacific, an A1 Pacific, I'm not sure. Got a lag there again. So just over to the right, we've got freight trains all lining up. Got a big freight unit over there. So we should have done a freight train really, but never mind. But this line we're on now, this is actually new because the track used to go through the freight station, but because traffic being the way it was, I had to divert the tracks round and then over the freight line again. So this line will deviate right again, as you can see, and then it will climb, and then it will drop back down over the top of the freight line. You've got a coal. Is that a coal mine? I think there's a coal mine next to where we are there. Huge lag for some reason. It's still a bit of an issue with this game. We've got a mine to the right of us. A bridge just ahead. To the far right is where the freight station is. And I use Grizzly engines for passengers, and I use the Saxon locomotives for freight. So it's got a freight train just ahead. That's not going to be a problem for us. Another passenger train coming towards us. You can see the freight lines down to the right of us. Now pulling into Folkestone now. More oil being delivered over there. Train in the station. And now we put it. Very noisy, that freight train, isn't it? Freight lines ahead, that shouldn't be an issue this journey. Got someone walking across the track. So we'll be on the main line before any other trains are, so we're doing okay. Got the passenger train just coming in now. Now we're heading to Blackpool Hub. This is the big station. This is the most busy station on the map coming up. The Blackpool Hub. I'm still hearing trucks for some reason. Oh, I've got the buses to the side of us. Freight train ahead. With the Saxon just going the other way. Turn into the wilderness again. A dead end siding there. That used to be a route, but that's now closed. Yeah, the Saxon coming. Empty steel train, that one. Another one just behind it. That one hauling. Looks like another empty steel train. The passenger train. Now entering Blackpool. Noise here is ridiculous as well. So I have to wait if you've got freight movements. Oh, we're clear. Thought it may have had to wait for freight trains, but no, we're okay. Oh, Kington, wherever the hell that is. Now we head back into the wilderness. With the closed line there. And now this may be an issue. We've got a freight train ahead of us, so maybe caught up in this one. Whether that train's got a decent head of speed on it, we don't know. May have to queue up. Just enough. Still hear those trucks, but they're miles away. I'll change it to find her again, because we're in the right place. Just enough distance between us and the other train. Could drive these trains. That freight train ahead of us would pull away in a bit. Once we stop, the freight train will go straight on. Just see in the distance to the left of us another passenger train. That's the train ahead of us. So we'll go through this next station of Kington, then the line will switch back to the left. And that should be the way anyway. Good speed up now, heading for 60 miles an hour. Now we're just pulling into Kington. Not sure how many passengers we've got, but judging by the amount of time we've waited, or the amount of time we do wait, it's quite a few. The train is capable of carrying 207 passengers, so it's quite a profitable line, this one. Anyway, we go again off to Tonbridge, another freight hub. No freight trains to worry about now. Maybe at the other end at Tonbridge, but not while we're here. So everything's fine. The line will climb here as well. See the freight train just in the distance, so we are catching it back up again. I didn't think that would happen, but hopefully the freight train will be off the line before we catch up with it. So we're climbing up now onto a onto a embankment. And there's a couple of viaducts along the way. This is just decoration really. I raised the track up just so I could get a viaduct in. It's very bleak wilderness. Got a couple of bridges along the way, so a viaduct just coming up. There's gaps in the foundation, which is always safe. Got a cloverleaf junction here, sort of like a half cloverleaf rather. And we've got Tonbridge just in the distance, so I won't catch that freight train, which is fine. We've got some tracks laid and some road built, but that was never used. I had intentions to use it, but it never got used, so may come back to it another day. See freight train in the distance. That's going around the back, and that's a freight line up there where that train is. Hopefully we won't have any issues with crossing freight trains. There's another freight train ahead. Is that going to cross in front of us? Yep, so we've got to stop here. Got manoeuvring freight trains ahead of us. Just wait for that. I think it's a steel train, so we've got to wait for him to move. And then we can be on our way again. So that line that goes to the left there, that goes right back to Blackpool again, so that sort of cuts the journey out the way. That's what all that's about. Another freight train to the right. Freight train manoeuvring. So there's plenty of freight on this line, as you can tell. And we're away again. For Ashburton, and I think back to Stroud after that. I think that'll be the last. I think this is the last stop before Stroud. I'm not sure. More passenger trains coming in. Kind of surprised me. I was expecting to see more freight trains passing us, but seem to be doing alright otherwise. More manoeuvres, but not the issue. Or not an issue. Got a depot to the left of us. Huge lag spike. And Ashburton just ahead. Quite a big town, this Ashburton now. It's quite a well-developed city. And we're just pulling in now. Look out, pedestrian, splat. Low-hanging tree. And a rather full station as well. Suicidal pedestrians over here. Another one just bit the dust. Another one. And another one by the looks of it. Get out the way. This is a suicide centre, this is. 2 for 1. Oh, I missed that one. Never mind. It's all good at the end. Signal box to the left. Old depot there. Freight train approaching. It's a rather full steel train. Oh, another station there, Chesterfield. Oh, I didn't expect that one. So Chesterfield and then Stroud. theory. Another freight train approaching. More steel. Beautiful engines though, those Saxons. Beautiful looking engines. Definitely looks of a workhorse. That's why I chose them for the freight, because they just look the part. And I really like them. Available on Steam, of course. Most of the engines I'm using, or most of the vehicles I'm using, are all on Steam. It's very rare that I use the stock vehicles. Apart from this engine we're using here, which is the A1 class Grizzly. Just approaching Chesterfield now. More trains in the distance. So what's that? Passenger or freight? I think that's passenger, isn't it? Yep, passenger train. Bridge ahead. And then approach to Chesterfield. Freight coming through. That's a Saxon engine. No way again. Well, here comes a Soviet engine. This is one I quite like. Building materials. Russian Soviet engine. Didn't hear it though. Also available on Steam. So I think, yeah, that station coming up is Stroud, so that's where we'll end it. Another freight train coming in. That's sound lag there. Stroud, just see it in the distance, just see a few houses. Manoeuvring freight train ahead, crossing our line. I don't think it was going to be an issue. Yep, he's fine, he's clear. And another train just ahead. Steel train. Approaching Stroud now. Out of the way, there's a train in the way. Oh, it's fine. The signal just changed, so we didn't have to stop. Must have been a passenger train or something. Yeah, just see another passenger train ahead, so there must have been a queue, so no big deal. pull in now. And we can disconnect. That's our train. 303,000 just for that small journey between Chesterfield and Stroud. What's coming in now? Return route passenger train. I think we can call it there. So just let our train go. That'll disappear into the distance. I think we can call it a day and just see all the things in the distance, people, buses, traffic, all sorts. Quite a lot going on in this little town. There's our train going for another loop. So it's basically what it is, you've got the loop, you've got the clockwise and the counterclockwise route. So these are the clockwise trains here, that's a clockwise one, red CW, and our train we just got off was a CC, counterclockwise. So that's all it's about, it's just a loop with trains going either side and freight in between basically. Yeah, it's not too bad, so we'll just zoom out, get a view of our town. Town is laid out alright. And the freight station, I mentioned earlier, this is the freight hub here. Well, this is sort of production, there's not a lot going on here really. We've got gravel trains, 2.7 million for that. Producing building materials which is not being shifted quick enough, and we've got trucks and cars all over the place here, so that's all that is. Got a little depot here with some static engines parked here and there. Quite look like these. You've got people standing around the engines. There's 4 blokes having a chat there next to that engine. Wagons parked up there, more engines over there, another engine there, and there and there and there. And there. So there's plenty going on there. And this is the confusing area. When we were on the train, we actually passed over the line to the far left here. So this one, I can't see the cursor, but these lines here. So we just passed over that and went through this station here. I can't remember what one it is now. This one is, what station is this? It's Folkestone, so that's that one. And then the other hub up here, you can see that all the stuff waiting at this one, so got plenty going on here. Trains coming in and out. Not quick enough. We need faster trains with this one, so things manoeuvring all over the place. Trucks, buses, trains, all up. So 2 trains going out. 3 trains going out and only 1 coming in, so that's something we need to sort out. You see the Saxon engine here, beautiful looking engine. Love the detail on it. So that's the Saxon there, 1 a penny, and he's filling up the coal. Our little farm over here for our food processing plant, lots of sheep, lots of cows. Not doing very much, probably just standing and shitting like cows normally do. And what's that? So, new vehicles, Volvos, handy. And plenty going on. With a mineral train coming in. Yeah, so that's that. Let's go back to Blackpool a second, the hub, which is over here. And there's loads of trains coming here all the time. So you've got passenger trains waiting, freight trains coming in and out. Loads of manoeuvres going on here. Tracks spurring off to the left and to the right. Loads of noise. And all sorts happening. The problem is that you can't put signals in the train and the stations though, so you can't have trains queuing up there. So you got to queue up outside, which is a bit annoying, but those things can't be helped. So the lines going up here which separate and go back round to the hub over there. sidings there, which originally had locomotives in, but I removed them. The noise is definitely here. Passenger trains queuing up as well. Got, what's that one? That's a steel train coming in, so he's going to manoeuvre across the whole lot here. So he comes across and goes right across and blocks the whole line. So that's our steel train going through there, and I think we'll call it a day there. So this is my little Transport Fever game that I've been playing for a little while. And appreciate you watching if anybody did, but I'll save anyway. Thanks for watching, and so this is Rich signing off, locking off, disappearing, and I shall return with another video soon, so bye for now.